Hello everyone, my name is Achyut Raj Bhandari, and in this presentation I will be presenting the Australian Professional Standard for Teacher, also known as APST. According to Australian Institute of Teaching and School Leadership AITSL 2022, this standard provides important guidance for effective teaching practice in Australia. In this presentation, I will demonstrate how I made all 7 standards using artifacts collected during my placement experience and study period. These artifacts reflect my developing skill in key areas such as planning, teaching assessment, and professional engagement within an early childhood setting. I will also explain how these experiences have supported my growth as an emerging early childhood teacher and how they will guide my future teaching practice. This presentation is informed by key frameworks including Early Years Learning Framework and the National Quality Standard, which support high quality early childhood education in Australia. In this section, I am focusing on AITSL Standard 1, knowing student and how they learn. The artifacts I selected, the Student Interest Survey and a Play Observation Note during placement, really helped me understand each child as an individual. Through the survey, I learned about their interests and preferences, which guide me in planning experiences that were meaningful and engaging. The play observation helped me notice how a child interacts, communicates, and problem solves during play, which gave me deeper insight into their development and learning style. These artifacts strongly link to EYLF, which emphasize responsive and individualized learning, and to the National Quality Framework, especially the focus on responsive teaching. Moving forward, I want to continue using observation and children interest to shape my planning and programming. I also aim to strengthen my cultural responsiveness so I can better support children from a diverse background and ensure every child feels seen, valued, and included. This section focuses on AITSL Standard 2, knowing the content and how to teach it. The artifacts I selected, my lesson plan, and educational app shows how I connect what children need to learn with the best way to teach. In my lesson plan, I link each learning experience directly to EYLF outcomes, which help me make sure the activities were purposeful and developmentally appropriate. My educational app shows how I use technology to support literacy and numeracy in meaningful way. I choose apps that encourage problem solving, early reading, and number skill, which align with AITSL Standard 2.6 and the EYLF focus on intentional teaching and engagement. Moving forward, I plan to keep combining play-based learning with carefully selected digital tools. I will make sure the app I use are age-appropriate, culturally responsive, and genuinely support children learning, not just a screen time. This part of my presentation is about AITSL Standard 3, Planning for and Implementing Effective Teaching and Learning. The artifact I choose, a weekly program template and a weekly reflection note, really shows how I plan and think about my teaching. The weekly program helped me organize a range of play-based experiences that support children learning across different areas, and I made sure everything linked back to EYLF outcomes. My reflection note shows how I look back on what I did, what worked well, and what I need to change. This cycle of planning, implementing, and reflecting is a crucial part of the EYLF, which encourages teachers to be reflective and responsive. It also aligns with NQS, especially the focus on continuous improvement. Moving forward, I want to keep building on this by becoming more flexible and responsive in my planning, so I can make sure my teaching stays meaningful and truly support each children learning. This part is about AITSL Standard for creating and maintaining supportive learning environments. The artifact I choose are a risk assessment form and the room rules poster, which really show how I work to create a safe and positive space for children. The risk assessment helped me think carefully about possible hazard and how to reduce them, which is a most important part of keeping children safe and meeting expectation of the National Quality Standard. The room rule poster is something I use to set clear, simple boundaries so children know what expected. It also supports positive behavior and help to create a calm, respectful environment where children feel comfortable. Looking forward, I want to keep prioritizing children's well-being and safety. I plan to use positive guidance, strong relationship, and creating learning space where every children feels secure, respected, and ready to learn. This part of my presentation focuses on AITSL Standard 5 essays, provide feedback, and report on learning. The artifacts I selected are name checklist and learning story template. Shows how I assess children learning in different ways. The checklist helps me track children's ability to recognize their name, which is an important early literacy skill. The learning story template allows me to look more deeply at the child learning behavior and engagement during play, and to interpret what that means for their development. These artifacts shows that I'm using a mix of assessment approaches which align with EYLF outcomes, where ongoing assessment is essential for planning and meaningful learning experiences. Looking ahead, I want to keep building my assessment skill by using a wide range of techniques and giving clear, more supportive feedback. I also hope to involve family more in the assessment process so they can better understand and celebrate their child learning. Moving to Standard 6, engage in professional learning. For this standard, I have selected two key artifacts, a set of written feedback from my mentor teacher and online training with placement supervisor. My mentor teacher feedbacks has been vital in helping me identify my strength and specific area for growth, specifically focus on AITSL standard 6.2 and 6.3. Additionally, the professional meeting demonstrate my active participation in formal learning to expand my pedagogical knowledge. Both pieces of evidence align with APST and the EYLF, emphasize on continuous reflection to improve teaching quality. In my future practice, I am committed to being a long life learner. I will continue to seek peer feedbacks and engage with current research to ensure I am providing high quality education for every child. Finally, Standard 7, engage professionally with colleagues, parents, carers, and the community. The artifacts for this standard include a family consent form and my leadership action plan. The consent form reflects my understanding of ethical communication and the importance of privacy when engaging with families, addressing on AITSL Standard 7.3. My leadership action plan demonstrates my ability to collaborate professionally within a team environment, aligned with AITSL Standard 7.4 as highlighted by EYLF and National Quality Standard. These partnerships are essential for learning and well-being of each children. In my future practice, I will continue to build a strong, transparent relationship with families and colleagues. By communicating effectively and working collaboratively, I aim to create supportive community that enhance the holistic development of every children. In conclusion, this presentation has outlined how I met the Australian professional standard for teacher through my placement artifacts. These standards have allowed me to reflect on my practice, identifying key strengths and area for growth. Integrating frameworks like EYLF, the National Quality Framework, and various theories has provided deep insight into high-quality early childhood education. I'm proud of my progress as an emerging teacher and remain committed to continuous reflection and professional development in my future career. Thank you everyone for watching this video.